Okay. Okay. On period. Periana to the period. It is the official Kingpain. This is the home of the lituation. And it's Thursday. Okay? Your favorite day of the week. Okay? Y'all know what that means? It's time for the gentleman's panel to take over. Her. All I gotta do is figure out how to turn this fucking light on. Okay, on period. Period. My God, today. My Tasha K and them just not gonna give it up, huh? Her, let me see. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, on period. It's gonna work, y'all. It's gonna work this time. It's gonna work this time. Hold on. Bitch. Security. This one right here. This one right here with the cankles. The one with the cankles. Help out that way. Yes. Yes. Period. Period. Now plug this light switch in. Hey. What's good, everybody? It's the official Kingpain. Yes, and it is time for the gentleman's panel. So without further ado, let me go ahead and get these gentlemen up here. Okay? We have Conscious TV.
Hi.
Her.
I'm excited. Happy to be here.
Yes, Periana to the Period. We have Rebel Sun.
Hey y'all, what's up?
Oh, from down under. Hi.
Oh yes, from down under. That's the place to be.
I know that's right. I know that's right. We have Captivating Christian. What's going on?
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm freezing a bit. I don't know what's going on, so I'm gonna just avatar it.
Partial payment.
Yeah, see, I'm here, but I keep freezing. Hi, but I'm freezing.
Wake me when you're done.
It's them gremlins. It's them Tasha K gremlins. Okay, they're attacking
Nobody's
the show.
doing that.
My. Where's Jay Wilson? Let me find out they kidnapped Jay Wilson. Where's Jay Wilson? Has anyone seen Jay? Has anyone heard from Jay?
No.
I hadn't heard a hide nor hair of Jay.
Nobody's heard from
Jay. We're gonna have to put an Amber Alert out.
I'm gonna send some smoke signals. Sun Tribe, send smoke signals out to see if we can give bat signal, something.
Not an Amber Alert though.
I'm really worried about Jay Wilson. We need to find him before the end of the show. Everybody, okay? Everybody, we need to create a signal, a smoke signal, a sign. We gotta find Jay Wilson. Find Jay Wilson.
Somebody put the bat sign in the air.
Right.
Because he's not here, okay?
God.
Ooh, my God, today. A lot of things going on in the world, too. And y'all know he took that vaccine.
Okay? Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it with the vaccine. Don't do it.
We've been having
you might be on to something. You might be on to something.
Don't do it.
I'm just saying, I'm praying for him. I'm praying for his timely arrival. I know he on the way, okay, on period. It can only be Tasha K and them dust gremlins, okay? Got the camera all lit, had my lights out, got Jay Wilson missing, like something is going on. My God, today. My. Who's ready to get into some things? Okay?
Everybody.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Rihanna to the period. Well, before we get into some things, Captivating Christian, tell us about that inauguration.
It was good for what it was. I mean, I would have liked to have been there in person, but it was cool to watch it on TV. It was nice. It was nice to see a different turn and to actually see someone actually get to work and do the job of a president on day one. So that was good. It was good. It was nice. I enjoyed it. Of course, the biggest stars were the Obamas, but ain't nobody gonna go there because Michelle
laid it. That outfit was everything.
Goodness.
Yes, I was just about to ask Conscious TV what he thought about Michelle Obama's outfit.
I thought she slayed to the god. She was giving me high fashion city trends tees. Yes, God. Her and
Not
Obama
city
just looked. Her and Obama just looked at stellar. They were the highlight of this inauguration. Like, I really don't watch goofy, corny ass white people shit. I mean, for the most part, for me, it was boring, dry as hell, corny as hell. I did enjoy Maya Angelou being coronated.
It wasn't the BET Awards, so it was.
I mean,
Right,
still,
that part.
I mean, but look, this was.
Rebel Son, for you, what was the best performance?
I think Lady Gaga performed really well. That dress was a bit much. I don't know if that was a dove that was encased in gold that somehow got on her the top part of that, but it was gaudy. But her performance was really good, and I'm a fan of Lady Gaga's. I thought everyone also looked great. Baby Obama stepped out, and he was looking just like a GQ guy. He was just sharp. Michelle, that belt, that outfit, that pantsuit, she definitely, they went out like Jay-Z and Beyonce. They was like, this is what we doing. Michelle even threw some damn color in her hair. I said, what the? It was like, yeah, this is me. Now what? What y'all gonna do? You Republicans, y'all got something to say? I'm out.
I know that's right. What did you think of J-Lo's performance?
Who?
I don't know her.
Y'all didn't see J-Lo performance?
I caught the tail end of it. I caught the tail end.
It was the tail.
I've heard.
It was the tail of the whole
night.
No,
y'all don't do J-Lo like that. No, but I didn't see J-Lo's performance. I wanted to see the Obamas, and I wanted to hear what Kamala had to say and what Biden had to say, but I didn't watch all the performances. I saw just Lady Gaga's.
Now, I will say, whoever her manager is has been pushing J-Lo out of here like nobody's business. She did the Super Bowl, then she did the inauguration. But, I mean, they're trying to get J-Lo out here.
So, is Trump out, though?
Trump is in Canada somewhere.
Trump is in Florida, please.
As long as Trump is out, that's all that matters.
Either there or Russia.
Yeah, Trump is out.
Moving right
and they don't want him in Florida either.
As members of the LGBT community, okay, do you feel like the older LGBT men did a good job? As being leaders, okay, to us, you know what I'm saying? Because, LGBT men need leaders that look like themselves, okay, on period. So, starting with you, Conscious, since these are your long-ass questions.
You gotta have
right.
Like, this is Conscious. This. What the hell is this paragraph that we didn't?
Right. What? That part.
Conscious on it. Let me read it right. Hold on. As an LGBT community who's extremely marginalized, do you feel older gay men have been effective in being a positive guiding light of wisdom and respect to the younger queer population, or have older gay men ended up as messy and cranky as bitter church mothers instead? Is it important for queer individuals to see leadership in their own likeness?
That's Conscious written all over it.
Yep. He just left patriarchal out.
Right.
Okay.
Are y'all done or are y'all finished?
Both of them.
We waiting on you.
So, I obviously do think that it is significant for queer people to have representation. I mean, any type of proper leadership is going to be effective when it comes to role models, but certainly always seeing things in your own likeness, like seeing Black excellence, Black beauty, or Black queer excellence, Black queer beauty is always wonderful. In terms of the older queer community, I feel like earlier on, the elders of our community were really community oriented. Like a lot of them started the houses, became mother, offered themselves up almost as adoptive parents to a lot of queer people who were being displaced from their homes due to not getting that love directly from their environment. But today's older queer community, I don't know, something between menopause, erectile dysfunction, and Medicaid just creates a total
Bitterness.
manifestation of bitterness and resentment. I think a lot of the older queer men at this point are really jealous of the younger queer community. There may be even more with the shits and immature than the younger gays are. And I don't know what has happened, but I would like to see elders reclaim their throne and be a beacon of wisdom and inspiration and love and be an emotional shelter, because this community really still needs a lot of that.
Okay, on period. I know that's right. I know that's right. And you, Rebel Son, do you feel like the older LGBT community did a good job showing us the light? When he said the light and wisdom and respect.
I think that the older elders that we have, they be doing more than the younger generation, because I think they look at the younger generation. I think they look at us as missed opportunities. They look at us as we become what they could never have become, because maybe they were ostracized as gay people. Maybe they had to resort to other things and they didn't reach their full potential. So therefore, they've gotten older in age. They've seen time slip through their fingers. They look up and they may have their pants hanging off their behinds with a white beater T-shirt on. Stomach look like they're in 9 months about to deliver a baby elephant, twerking on the hood of a car with people 30, under 29. But the elders that I met back in the days, some of them would take you under their wings. Some of them would use that, hey, you're my gay child. Some of them would adopt you as their gay children, and you would go to houses, and that was more of a northern thing. South, we generally had groups of people that were just took us in, and they were like our brothers. But I think now we do need people that could guide the younger generation instead of trying to sleep with them or, teach them how to write checks, because that's what some of these older, the queens, they do too much. And the elders it's like seeing a unicorn, seeing an elder now that's, trying to uplift instead of sleeping with you. Only thing they're trying to uplift are your legs.
Shout out to Star Milan.
Okay, period. At this time, I would like everybody to share this live. Make sure that you guys are sharing this live, because it is the best way to support your favorite, content creators. Period to the period. And make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in, and make sure that your notifications, are turned on. Hit that subscribe button as well. It don't cost you nan, okay? Her. How about you, captivating Christian? What do you think? Okay. Did the older LGBT community do a good job or not?
It's a two-folder. In some instances, I would say yes, and in some instances, I would say no, because we do have to understand that being LGBT in a time that a lot of people who are older than us, it was different. It was more of a taboo thing, more of a undercover, closeted thing. And they were not able a lot of times to live out their truth and be their true selves. Now you come into a generation where the people are living their own truths, being themselves, and a lot of people just can't take that because they're used to a certain level of kind of quietness about it. And that seems to be an issue. But then there are a lot of older men who you would think would be mature and guiding and that type of nature, and they seem to be a lot more, I don't know, with the shits, I guess, so to speak, for lack of a better word, which I mean really does not make them look any better. I mean, it it kind of makes you look kind of pathetic. Of course, this is just my opinion, but I just feel like as an elder, you should be teaching, you should be encouraging, you should be, you should be the last one to really be going off or have a problem with or, anything of that nature. But I don't know. It's just crazy to me.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Mhm.
Does anybody come? Okay.
And maybe the claws are coming out.
Just joking. Go ahead. What happened with?
I was just gonna ask, like, does anybody come to mind? Like, would you like? Can we all just give a name, maybe, of somebody who we think is kind of like
Shots fired. Let me tell you.
No. Like, not to any of the elder bitches, but the elder heroes. Like, is there anybody in the community who we feel is really a light and a benefit to the community? I would say RuPaul is kind of dope.
Yeah, I get it.
No, okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get that. Oh gosh, this so many.
I'm trying to think who, because I would have said
T.S. Madison.
T.S.
that are
Madison.
living.
Yes.
Yeah, that are living. He's yeah, T.S. Madison would be definitely one. A lot of the
Because I'm trying to think of people of color. I would say Laverne Cox.
Yeah, but
Because
I mean, T.S. Madison is not an elder to some either.
Okay, so what do we?
Well, I'm saying
there are elder
gay people coming out. Someone that's 17 or 18 can look at Laverne Cox or T.S. Madison and say, trans people are not being ostracized anymore. They're not hidden in the corners. You're seeing something like HBO Real Sex. That's when you would get glimpses of a trans person, as opposed to now someone like T.S. Madison that started doing adult content and now is one of the people that's breaking into the mainstream entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay, on period. I know that's right.
It keeps freezing on my end, so that's why I'm not showing my face.
Captivating Christian is not visual because he made a partial payment, you guys. So just bear with the audio for tonight.
You know what? Cut it out. I didn't make no partial payment to nothing. It's just freezing. Okay, stop.
Angel, look at that slide grin.
Y'all don't gotta
respond to it. He'll probably he'll gnaw you down to the gristle, you'll snooch.
Whatever.
Okay, period. It's my turn to answer the question.
Oh, okay, yes. What do you think?
Well, I think my experience is similar to yours, Rebel. I didn't really have no gay male role models growing up. I didn't look up to nobody. And my experience with the older LGBT community is usually, them trying to sleep with me or, some kind of sexual innuendos type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, on period. So, yeah, I don't feel like they did a good job. And I feel like it's our responsibility to do better. Because I feel like I'm doing a good job because you know what I'm saying. I got people coming up under me, okay, on period that I'm showing them the right way. Okay.
Yes.
Period. Okay.
Shout out the buffs to God.
Yes.
Because instead of you trying to take them, because the older gay people I would meet would be, they would say, you could be my gay child, but meanwhile they're really liking you and trying to get with you, and it's like. You said you're talking about you're my big brother. I'm gonna be your big brother. I could be your gay dad. And I used to be like, how the hell you're my gay father and you're like 5 months older than me and you're trying to lay in the bed butt naked with me because I'm your child? No, honey, you're not my mother. I'm not trying to breastfeed. No, get your ass up out of this bed and
Curry, and I'm gonna
sometimes
stop you
it
right
happens.
here because you're leading us right into our next question. Speaking of older men, okay, sleeping with younger, okay, men, okay. Rasby claims his former manager Chris Stokes allegedly sexually abused him growing up, which Chris Stokes has constantly denied even until recently, okay? Claiming it was Raspy's brother who molested him, who's currently in Las Vegas prison for raping two women, and recently did an interview between Raspy and Jason Lee. There was an interview between Raspy and Jason Lee, okay, that he shut down, okay? He sent him a cease and desist, okay? He shut him down. Chris Stokes shut them down, okay? He had his legal team suppress Rasby's testimony, okay? There's been backlash on both Rasby's and Chris Stokes' part, okay? With that said, okay, Rasby's been asking Chris Stokes to take the polygraph test. He said, take the polygraph test. If you didn't do it, take the test. Okay, what I want to know is if y'all believe Chris Stokes or Rasby and whether or not y'all believe that they should take the polygraph test. Okay, on period. Starting with you, Captivating. How do you feel?
I mean, I believe Rasby. Do I think he should take the polygraph test? Yes, I think he should take the polygraph test. Especially if he felt that he didn't do anything wrong, why not take it? Uh, um, my issue though with this is when Rasby first came out and said this, people clowned him. Other people were quiet about it. Nobody said anything. Now all of a sudden, it seems that what's his name? Can't think of his name. Brandy's brother is alleging that Chris Stokes molested him as well.
Wait, RJ, is it what's his name?
Ray J.
Ray J.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ray J. Is
Hold on. Ray J also is accusing him of molesting him as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Where you see
Now
that at?
you didn't. You got to go back and read the rest of read the whole story.
So Ray J was saying he was molested too.
Ray J saying allegedly that he was molested by
But
Chris
ain't
Stokes.
no allegedly. I
No,
can't.
I'm just saying that my point is if he in fact was, then when Rasby came out and said so, why didn't you support him? That's my issue. Why didn't you support him? Why did everybody sit here and make the
It sounded like
dude look like he was
just
totally
going
crazy?
around saying it. Then nobody supported him either. That's what it sounded like because I didn't know nothing about this.
Well, I just don't find it to be like if and then Marcus Houston and all that other stuff. I just feel like if an allegation is out there, you know it's not true. Well, you know you claim you didn't do it. Take the test. But obviously, I believe he did do it. I believe he had them boys traumatized, and you know it is what it is. From the
Absolutely,
fallen.
absolutely. And you, Rebel Son,
Listen, those I believe this story because it hasn't changed from day one. That's along the lines with the whole Puff Daddy and R. Kelly. We've heard these stories. I, for the most part, believe the victims because there's too much. You know, where there's smoke, there's fire. I think that they could. I don't even think they should take the polygraph test because if a person believes they're lying enough, it's gonna come up like inconclusive. Or there, if a person can lie to you, and we've even seen that on they believe what they're saying almost. They can make themselves fake the truth. But I was watching Cribs. I was at MTV Cribs and I saw Immature with Marcus Houston and some of the other guys. And that's my good Judy's. It looked like I was at the gay club because all the friends they were trying to, they were trying to butch up, but you could still see how you doing coming out. And I think with Chris Stokes, a lot of those they're in R&B hip hop. They don't want to be ostracized for coming out gay. You know how it is in our Black communities. If you come out like that, look at how they do with Lil Nas and some of the other people. Big Frida. They come out and they can have some success. Lil Nas came out, and he came out first. People really didn't know, but now that he's come out, I don't think he's going to reach that certain level of stardom that he potentially could have. But like with Ros B, I think he was. I think Chris Stokes and the other people like Marcus Houston, they were all enablers. All of their hands are dirty because they're trying to save face.
Absolutely. And I think that you're absolutely right. I couldn't agree with you more. How about you, Conscious TV?
Oh man, this is a sticky, icky situation.
That's the next detector test.
I don't want to say who I believe in this situation because without empirical evidence, which Raspy has presented none, I just don't want. I mean, because if I was in Chris Stokes' shoes, which I would never be, I would not want any conclusions. I would want to be guilty until proven mother loving innocent. Period. However,
You want to
that
be
brings me
guilty
to.
until proven innocent? That's what's going on.
I want to be innocent. I'm innocent in the end, and I would hope that the public would also realize that until I'm proven guilty. But that brings me to my next situation. I don't understand this coach.
Prove it, you able to walk free. So as long as you don't take that polygraph test,
Okay,
you
well, I'm
able
gonna get to all that. I'm gonna get to the polygraph. But the other issue is I don't understand this culture of coming to social media with this type of shit. Like the same thing recently happened in the Jaguar situation where the boy who claimed that allegedly James Wright molested him contacted Armand Wiggins and wanted him to expose James Wright. Why? Like what justice are you going to get from telling your story alone on social media? I don't understand why not get the law involved. I don't understand why not pursue actual justice. And I think that Rebel said something that was really interesting. He said that, I mean, because Captivating Christian said something about why didn't other people follow through? But I think that's because of the issue of homophobia and toxic masculinity. A lot of straight identifying men don't feel comfortable saying that they've been sexually abused by someone of the same sex because they don't want that stigma of being gay following them. So there's there's a lot of layers here. And I don't know. I feel bad for Raspy. Obviously, something has happened to him. And if I was Chris, like, why would Chris Stokes take a polygraph test? Because not only can it read inconclusive, you can get a false positive as well. And if he fucks around and is actually innocent, and that polygraph comes back positive, he will never live it down, regardless of what he says. Plus, polygraphs don't even hold up in court. So it's not the actuality of all actuality, even if you fail or pass a polygraph test. So they're really in a pickle. I would just encourage Raspy to go gather his data, pursue actual justice, get himself in some therapy. And Chris Stokes, if he's guilty of this, I mean, there's a special place in hell for pedophiles, for rapists, for sexual abusers. But what's even tragic about that is that Chris Stokes is probably someone who's been victimized as well, because usually sexual predators were once victims of sexual predatorial behavior themselves.
Look at Harvey Weinstein and some of the other older white men that did the whole casting couch, and Kesha. You know, the stuff that she went through, because some of them were so hungry to make it big. I'm not going to miss opportunity. What if I say something and they kick me out of the group, or I'm not? You don't want to be lose. They don't want to lose that opportunity. I think that they just go along to get along.
Absolutely. I, for one, stand with the victim, okay, on period. Y'all can't be telling that boy that didn't happen to him. Period to the period. Take the test. Take the polygraph test and get it over with. This has been going on for too long, okay? And I feel like Chris Stokes is even more so scared to take the test now because with the climate that we live in, they locked up Bill Cosby, they locked up R. Kelly.
Right,
Y'all think that
right.
we'll lock Chris Stokes crispy ass up too? We'll lock his light skin ass up. We'll
And
lock his ass up.
and
Okay.
look at R. Kelly. Look what we had, even a video of R. Kelly. He was still saying that wasn't him.
Right. That
Period.
part.
On periodic to the periodic. So I, for one, I stand with the victim. If you ain't do it, you should be a willing participant. You should be willing to do whatever it takes to prove your innocence. You know, at the end of the day, if you ain't done it, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Heard. So moving right along. Speaking of another victim, okay, Jennifer, the victim of Kenneth Petty, Nicki Minaj's husband, has had a lot to say like recently, okay? Nicki Minaj, okay, another high-profile celebrity, has been in major controversy over recent months due to her husband, Kenneth Petty's ex-rape victim, Jennifer, coming forward claiming that the rapist and her husband contacted her wanting to bargain with her for a fee to write a letter to the courts retracting her rape account so that Kenneth could have the charge removed off his record for because it was limiting his privacy for the couple and because he has to register as a sex offender wherever he resides. Okay, if this is true, okay, do you think that the victim should take the money? Kenneth has served his time already. Do you think that she should take the money and move on, or do you think that Nikki and Kenneth are out of line? Starting with you, Reverend Slam, how do you feel about the situation?
I think that I would pursue it to the just whatever level I can, because I want to be able to protect other people that wouldn't become another victim. Guy, it's easy to say, I'll take the money, but I don't know what all happened. To what level was she assault? I think that she should pursue it. Your money's not going to make me just I'm not you can't throw me a few dollars and say shut up. I just think that you did that. You are a parasite and you should definitely be thrown under the jail. You did your time, but no, I wouldn't retract anything. I would leave it how it is.
Okay, on period. What about you, captivating Christian? Are you retracting your statements or not?
I think, okay, Blink, are you okay, Blink?
It's
If you
frozen.
look
It's frozen.
straight, okay, I think he's saying no. When blink the left eye.
You talking to? You talking to me?
You, it's your turn.
We all talking to you.
Oh, I didn't. No, it was freezing. I didn't even hear him say it was my go. That's crazy. So that's what I don't know what's going on with today. So anyway, how I feel about this situation. This is a touchy situation as well, just like the first one, because he has a kid now. And because of what he did, in in a different part of his life, that will affect him being around his own child. That of course is a problem, and that would be a problem for any new family, trying to do stuff and especially have access money wise and everything to do other things. That'll be a bit of a hindrance, but at the same time, you can't deny this woman her right to live in her truth and the trauma you caused her for whatever reason, however it went down. There's nothing you can do to kind of erase that for her. Throwing money at the situation. I mean, for some people, hey, some people that work, but who are we to say, she should take the money and write the letter and let him live out his life while she has to still deal with the trauma that he, put her through. So, it's a tough situation. It really is a tough situation.
Yep.
I
I hear that.
debated over this.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I hear you. I hear you. I hear that too. But then I was also thinking too because the reason that she's speaking out now is because he's been all over the TV and in the media and all this stuff, and he's been going back and forth to jail because he does have to check in everywhere he goes. Uh,
Mhm.
I guess they were telling her that if she retracts her statement, they will go away. They disappear. So wouldn't it? If that's what she wants, don't you think that she should take the money and just let them disappear?
I mean, yeah. If she wants, but I'm saying that's her decision. But you can't
Absolutely.
force someone to do that. And I think in this regard, it's forcing. We don't know to the extent that her people, meaning Nicki Minaj's, and allegedly have been reaching out to this woman like, "Hey, fix this, change this," um, to the point where she's probably at her wits end about the whole situation. I don't think anybody wants to continuously live a situation where in which they've been violated. So I'm sure that's not even it. But to put money to someone's pain is a bit disrespectful.
And you see this person all the time on TV, you become re-victimized just by seeing them.
Hmm. But even though if it was me and I seen them on TV all the time, I wouldn't I would not care. I ain't retracting nothing. Actually, I'm gonna start submitting most statements so they can put your ass back where you belong. Okay, over.
But he did serve his time, and can what is that your debt to society? Do we keep that over his head for the next 30 years? Is that going to be held? So it's like with me, I would say stick by what you're saying, but also let's think about if that was one of our sons or brothers or anyone in our family and that happened, if they did something like that as a young, hard-headed teenager, an older teenager, a young adult, would you want your brother to live that for the rest of his life as well? Sometimes you got to put yourself in someone else's shoes. And I know he is the person that allegedly, he did that, but I'm with the victim, but also I have to put myself and say he did serve time. We say that about black people that get, thrown in jail behind a drug case or something. Do we think they should never be able to work in society again because you had a drug case? If you've done your 10 years, do you
But
still,
my thing
and
is,
you can't live where you want 30 years from now?
if it happened, it happened. I'm not retracting the statement. It happened. That's to go. That if I take you back, then people are not going to know about you. You'll be free to go and do it to someone else and be trying like it was your first time again. Because I took it. I sent I retracted my statement. I retracted my response. So I wouldn't do that because I would feel guilty. Like, what if he wake up one day and decide that he wanna sexually assault Nicki Minaj?
And for me, I would definitely say the victim should, but it's like sometimes I have to take myself out of it and not say, let me go in the other person's shoes. But if it was done to my family member, I would be, she should live her truth. This happened to you. And this wasn't like an accidental manslaughter or something. Someone was driving and, they accidentally ran into someone. Um, but he purposely assaulted her. And I do think, Nicki Minaj is trying to save face because that's a shadow that she has to walk along with. Well, as long as him.
Well, that ain't the only shadow she got to walk along with. She got a brother.
Oh yeah.
Mm, 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 mm. So I mean, I think that the allegations are true. I think Nicki Minaj may want, and she has been saying things about retiring. She may just want to, get this off of her husband's record and disappear so that they can
Okay,
just live
but
a normal life with her, the
here is
family,
my
yeah, without all the fingers being pointed.
here is my issue. First of all, Nicki Minaj chose a man who is not only a murderer, but who also is a convicted rapist. This is what you chose. If you weren't okay and had thought this decision through, and if you hadn't thought that far off into the future about what it would look like to be married to him and him having to register as a sex offender everywhere he goes, which then puts your personal address out there on like the what you chose this. I don't feel bad for Nicki Minaj. Your man did the crime. He also did the time. You chose him. So you suffer the consequences accordingly as well by being with an ex-con. That's what comes with making decisions as an adult. You take the good and the bad of your choice. Now, in terms of this whole debacle with Nicki Minaj paying or Kenneth and Nicki Minaj trying to get her to drop the charges by having her retract her whole account and write the courts, etc. First of all, the charge is about to be dropped in the next 2 or 3 years any goddamn way. Second of all, it's narcissistic as hell for Nicki Minaj and Kenneth
Yeah.
both to rewound this victim. Like the mitigated gall of you to ask a victim to retract their statement and not only have to carry the pain and the trauma of being raped, but now I have to present myself as a liar and deal with the consequence of that when it comes to my family, who may have brought into this I've been raped situation, the courts themselves to deal with what they had to do to take down Kenneth Petty. So it's just the re-injuring and the re-wounding for me, sis. I absolutely believe that Nicki Minaj and Petty had somebody from their camp contact Jennifer. But my issue with Jennifer too is once again, I don't understand a lot of the social media fodder. Why is everything like, first of all, once you bring things to social media, yes, people are going to have their opinions, people are going to have their judgments, people are going to have, you are putting them in your business. You are putting the public in a position to either stand with you or to stand against you. If I had been Jennifer, look, this nigga did his time. I don't give a fuck what them hoes spend on their platform because this all popped off because Nicki Minaj was on her Instagram and the Barbs was going in on Kenneth and Nicki Minaj responded to the rape situation and said, well, he was a teenager and that was his girlfriend at the time. And this triggered Jennifer. So that's when she came forward to set the record straight. As far as I'm concerned, the record was already straight. Bitch, you served your time for doing what you did. I don't give a fuck what you think, what Nicki Minaj think, what the Barbs think. I don't give a damn. It is what it is. So once again, this just goes to show how everything is not meant for public consumption. Like if something deep has happened to you, there are other ways to handle that, but I do not encourage victims to go to social media with matters like this because you can end up more fucked up than how you came in to this shit by dealing with then all of this social dilemma.
And see, I didn't get a chance to really
You don't
look
want
deep
nobody
into the
to know you would
questions.
have never did it to me. I'll tell you that because if something happened to me, I'm telling everybody. Okay, on period. I don't care social media, the news, Oprah. I'm going to Murray, jury, everybody. Like, don't do it. Don't do what you mean. Girl, absolutely not. Go ahead,
I'm gonna
Rebel. I'm
have to
sorry.
No,
I'm gonna have to
I,
jump out real quick. I'll jump right back in.
Well, y'all got a lot
yeah,
going
I
on
was just
today, show.
yeah, I do think that the victim seeing this person on TV living their best life, and then you're trying to make me like I'm a liar because since we only got the questions yesterday, I didn't get a chance to really research all the questions.
Mm.
Right.
Man.
Mm.
Oh, that was my fault. That's my fault. Ooh. Y'all know I
But
be
yeah,
getting
I went. You know, you did the time. I think that don't. How dare you do at you asking me to retract it because I didn't know the depth of what all happened. I'm just going off the cuff now. You know what if you're asking her to retract and say like make like it didn't happen, you're trying to make me be a liar after you assaulted me. So I'm gonna lie and defend you. No.
period. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Look, I ain't gonna defend nobody because I didn't know you before you like I don't owe you nothing. Okay, on
Right.
period. You don't like I said, if you don't want nobody to know, you would have kept your hands, your feet, your toes, get everything to yourself. Okay, on period. When you decided to put your person on my person, okay, that's when you had realized that you had messed up. Okay, on period. Because
Okay.
don't know. It's gonna be a whole international thing. Okay, on period. Moving right along. Moving right along. They got a lot going on today's show. That's what I was saying.
Oh,
I'm throwed off. I'm throwed off. They got a lot going on. It's Tasha K. I'm trying to tell you, she over there hoping and wishing and praying and hoping. Okay, but a pussy hole could never. So CNN recently deemed First Lady Melania Trump as having the
Oh God.
worst popularity rating of all modern presidential wives. She was also recently slammed by former friend Stephanie Winston, who said that the First Lady has failed to use her platform and voice to counter her husband's abuse of social media and fame, and this recent insurrection is a prime example of the First Lady's incompetence. Do you feel Melania Trump could have done more with her voice, or does she get any slack for being expected to stand against her own husband? Thump thump. Starting with you, captivating Christian. What's T?
um
Now, if you change this
well,
thumbnail one more time,
first first and foremost, don't hate. First and foremost, I it was the job of every first lady to have a platform. Okay. She knew that coming into the job, her platform was be best. It was against cyberbullying,
of
uh,
all things.
of all things, right? It was against cyberbullying. And then of course she became a bully herself because that in nature is who she is. Look who she married. So they're you know, they're one and the same pretty much in their thought. And as you can see from when that her personal secretary or whoever the lady was kind of divulged all her tea, and then she was complaining about Christmas and who gives a fuck about Christmas and all this other kind of stuff. I am not surprised that she did not go against her husband because she really did not care about being first lady. She probably didn't even really want to be first lady. So she didn't really care too much about it. They made her come up with something. So she came up with that. Of course, she didn't follow through with that because if she did, she would have been, counteracting her husband when he was going after people. But, just more dust. But no, I really don't. I'm glad she's gone. That's all I can say. And she's glad to be gone too. If you saw that little clip when he got off the plane at Air Force One in Florida and she kept walking, it was crazy.
I know that's right. I know that's right. And you, Rebel Son?
I agree with what the Cap is saying. I think that she never wanted to be first lady. For Donald Trump, it was all his ego. He wanted to be a king in America. The first, something the closest to being king would be president. And I think that with her, when she wore that shirt, what was it? I don't care. So what was it? What did it say, Cap?
It was a jacket, it was a coat, but it said, I don't care, why should you? Or some mess
Yeah,
like that.
when the children were being held at the border and a lot of that stuff, I looked at her and I was like, she's a pretty woman, but her and Donald, they're two peas in a pod again. I think that she was drugged into being into the White House. She didn't want that title. She rather sit back and, fly on private jets and go to, you know, Fiji, Milan. I mean, I think that she didn't represent being a first lady at all. I think there was nothing, that whole cyberbullying thing, that was a joke. You're sitting here sleeping next to the lead cyberbully. This
They
person,
didn't sleep together.
oh well,
They didn't sleep.
thank God for that. At least you got a kid out of it, so you set for life.
Where was they sleeping at? Well, I'm sure there's a
But
lot
he's
of
saying,
rooms.
physically, not, engaging, I'm guessing. And
No, they were sleeping in different rooms. Allegedly now, because of course now all the stuff is coming out that they've been sleeping in separate rooms since they got into the White House. They never slept together in the same bed.
but and I'm gonna see a divorce when he trades her in for the next model, or she just is like, okay, I can leave him now, to hell with all of this. I think that she just, even with the whole Christmas thing, there was nothing that I've ever got from this lady that was warm and embracing. She came across as a frigid snow witch,
Mm-hmm.
to put it lightly. No, nothing against witches, conscious.
None taken.
Okay.
Hey, speaking of conscious, it's your turn. How do you feel about Melania Trump having the lowest rating in history? Period.
I feel like it makes sense.
It does. Go ahead.
And I also feel like Melania, I feel like if Melania was actually human, we would have actually heard from her, but we know that she was made in China and she runs
She's
off
a
AA
Stepford
batteries.
wife.
So yeah, she runs off AA batteries. She has like a OSX operating system. I think that's equivalent to like a Mac operating system. The bitch is a whole fucking cyborg. So I didn't expect much from Melania, but what really let me know that Melania either is soulless or this bitch is a whole computer is when it came out that her own husband had lied to the country about Corona. Like, yes, I expect a wife to stand behind her husband out of all people, but your husband's incompetence and silence led to the pre-deaths of so many Americans. And if there was any time for you to say, you know what, to whom much is given, much is required, I have to stand for the people, even if it means abandoning the loyalty that is supposed to exist between me and my husband, because your loyalty to your husband should not come at the expense and the lives of everybody else, which it did. So Melania felt America just as much as Donald Trump did. And Melania is just as responsible for
the failures of his presidency.
yeah, all of the inhumanity that was demonstrated throughout this entire process. And as you guys said, for her to have the audacity to war against cyberbullying, and yet your husband is literally here saying that there's good people on both sides when Black Lives Matter protesters are protesting about the inhumane, brutal treatment of Black bodies, and there's good people on both sides. Like when racist KKK people are out there doing their BS, there's good people on both sides. Like when tanks and cars are being driven through protest, there's good people on both sides. Like either the sun, like can somebody just like put a flash on the camera, like bitch, like wake her up, like have her snap back to reality. Like I don't know what type of hoodoo and voodoo and MK Ultra ass mind control they done did on Melania, but she is literally gone. Like the lights are on, but nobody's in the room. And I think she's actually more terrifying than Donald, because I think she represents the covert villain, which is more dangerous than the devil that we see and the devil that we know. I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if Melania was the one pulling the strings behind the scenes when it came to Donald Trump. If she was the mastermind of a lot of his antics and a lot of his behavior and a lot of his policies. So you marry what you are.
It's like
There's
an
a lot to
episode
be
of
said there.
My 90-Day Fiance.
Okay, on period. Period to the period. I, for one, am not surprised at all that Melania has the lowest popularity rating. I mean, she didn't do nothing. She didn't say nothing. Like she was trash. She was trash. And I think that that was her way of protesting Trump. You know what I'm saying? She said, you wanna be this asshole. You wanna mess up America. You do that on your own. Okay, on period. And she just took a back seat. She just took a back seat. What was she supposed to do? Go head to head with her husband every day?
She was a King. She's a trophy wife. She was never anyone that was involved in reaching out to children in third world countries, or she wasn't that type. She was a model. If that was Michelle, they talked about Michelle wearing a damn sleeveless dress, and this woman has actual nude pictures with other women. And these
With
conservative,
her legs gaped open, clearly spread eagle, and it's okay. Yeah, because she white though.
right?
Well,
My.
I guess
So,
I guess you can turn a hoe into a housewife.
you could
no.
try.
But look what the prize when she had received. Hell, your husband was sleeping with strippers, unprotected sex with just porn
Well,
stars. I mean, she
that's
stayed
what
up to the
happens when the
point.
price is right.
Right, the coins. Stormy Daniels got paid.
Period. So, Caitlyn Jenner recently opened up about her favorite child and closest relationship to Kylie Jenner. What do
Why
you
are we
think
still
about
talking about
parents having a favorite child? Is it right or is it wrong? Starting with you, Captivating, is it right or is it wrong to have a favorite child?
that? I mean, I guess to each his own. I personally don't think you should necessarily do it. I don't think my mom had a favorite. I think she knew what child to go to in a particular situation or who would handle XYZ kind of thing. So I don't think necessarily like she had a favorite. Although my siblings would probably disagree. They probably would say that I was, but I don't think so. I don't look at it like that. Um, no, but I don't think so because I think it just creates a level of animosity towards with the other siblings, sometimes for no reason, because it's like the one that's usually looked at as the favorite doesn't even know a lot of times that they are the favorite. It's just that they may be more responsible, they may be more engaging, they may be a lot more of the things that the other siblings may not be. Um, it's just it's a weird situation, especially dealing with family and people like that. But no, I don't think she should have said that publicly, and especially being a public figure. No, you shouldn't have said that publicly. That's
Okay.
something you keep to yourself.
Oh, period. Yeah, I think all kids just be doing that though, because me and my sister be doing that, throwing a favorite around. Oh, mom likes you best, or mom likes you best, but girl, because everybody always used to think that she liked me, but girl, I'm like, I don't even know this, so I absolutely understand what you mean. With the favorite thing, the favorite don't even realize they're the favorite half the time.
Mm-mm.
Conscious TV. How about you? Do you think that is
I,
right or wrong?
I think that parents have different relationships to their children.
Mhm.
Not necessarily
Right.
favorite. I think the love is equal across the
Mm.
board, but I think that because children are also souls and people, they have personalities, you're obviously going to mesh and gel with that soul and that personality in whatever way. Maybe that makes you closer to this one over that one. I agree with Captivating
Mhm.
Christian. I don't think it's healthy at all for a parent to verbalize that there is a favorite. I
Mhm.
think that that can create a profound sense of insecurity within a child. I think that that can start to manifest some abandonment issues, cause some emotional issues. So my mother and my father, like, they never made those type of statements. Like, they just loved on me and my brother, and were all over us. And I couldn't imagine my parent, like one of my parents saying one of us was
Right.
a favorite.
The
Like, what the
favorite.
fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
That
I
that
would
would
have
be
favored
crazy.
my fucking fist across one of their faces. So, like, what the fuck you? Unless it was me. Unless it was me. Like, if it
Right.
was me,
I would have kind of
I
guessed
would have
that.
celebrated. But
Mm.
yeah, no, that's a crock of ish. But I'm not surprised. Caitlyn Jenner is the same. It's the same he she we who definitely killed a bitch in traffic and didn't even want to go
Sure
to
did.
jail, and also like was a whole trans woman while supporting an anti-queer
Conservative
administration.
Republican.
Yeah, so Bruce Caitlyn,
Oh,
no
Oh,
respect on her name whatsoever. And yeah, just
do you
Here we
and
go.
Captain Lady have the same internet? What?
They got the family plan.
You tried it. You tried it. You tried it.
I didn't know
We're
what
not family. You can't have a family plan. Thank you. You tried it. Keep it. Keep it cute. Keep it cute.
Period. Rebel Son, how about you? Do you think it's right or wrong for parents to pick favorites?
I think it's wrong because you do make the other children feel less adequate. You make them. You're messing with the self-esteem. You're making them feel like you love them less because you're not their favorite child. I think you should always, even if you do have a favorite, they shouldn't know you have a favorite because you may have a favorite because that child is more like you, or the others have always gotten in trouble and did the most, and that child was just the perfect little kid. I was so angelic when I was a child that I was my grandmother's favorite. Um, and I didn't have a problem with that. I used to get their asses whooped when they would hit me and everything. But after I had our cousin caught me messing with her boyfriend, I wasn't the favorite grandchild anymore. My cousin Damien became the favorite. Um, but I don't think that Caitlin should have voiced that she had a child that was her favorite because, again, you know, don't make the other children feel less than adequate. And my mother, we always said my mother had a favorite child, which was one of my younger brothers. But we said that because we were all so independent, we never needed her to do things for us. He was always needing her to save him, to do stuff for him, to keep him out of trouble. So we were like, okay, why we didn't get all this help? Why are you doing all this? And it was because we've always worked to have our own and we weren't dependent upon her to do things for us. So that's, we had an idea that he was the favorite, but he just needed more help. And I don't think that parents realize that kids see everything. And for Caitlin, aka Scarecrow, for saying this, I think she was definitely wrong for saying that, just voicing that.
Okay, on period. Periodicity, period. Well, I think, okay, on period, I think that as a parent, you better know your favorites. You better know your favorite hero, okay, on period. You better know your favorite, okay, on period. And don't base it off of who cuter or who daddy you like more. Base it off of the relationship that you have with that kid. Because a lot of time I see this happen all the time. You make a child your favorite, and they grow up and they don't even mess
Be
with
the
you.
worst
Okay,
one.
Mhm.
one. My grandma used to make my cousin James her favorite. He don't call, he don't text, he don't come over, he don't buy no gifts. Okay, I wasn't the favorite. I probably was the least liked. Okay, they never, you know what I'm saying? They didn't do a lot for me. But girl, on her birthday, I always bring a gift. Okay, on period holidays, I always pull up with my gift. Okay, on period. So her favorite don't do that. So I say that just to say, know your favorites, okay, and pick them wisely, okay, on period. Because
That favorite will be the one putting you in the nursing home when you get
okay,
older.
period. Yes, that favorite be the one only using you for your money.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Using you
Whatever
for what
happened to
you give
Baby
to.
Jane? I know y'all saw that movie.
Not
My,
Baby
my,
Jane.
my.
Mm.
So, speaking of favorites, speaking of family, okay, Wendy Williams' brother recently outed the controversial daytime TV host for not attending her own mother's funeral when she was the only person who unconditionally supported Wendy Williams. Of course, Wendy clapped back by telling her brother to back off before she tells the truth about him before the world stays. What are your thoughts on family airing our family business publicly and Wendy not attending her mother's funeral?
Mm. Since we're on the topic of trans women, we go right to Wendy Williams. I mean, when we were talking about Kate, um, that was tacky for Wendy to do. I think I particularly don't. I don't like Wendy Williams. Let me say this: I don't like her. I've met one of her family members before, and he doesn't even like her. But I think that for her to say, and then she started making allegations about his sexuality, talking about Tommy would like this dress I'm wearing, wouldn't you? You know, it was like she was insinuating that he had a double life, and she was saying, "Okay, now you don't want me. I could fill this whole audience up with receipts if you get my drift. I know all your dirt, you and your wife." She threw the wife in. The wife had nothing to do with it. This is your brother. I think that he was reaching out because she's a celebrity. Maybe that was his only way of getting her attention, because he was saying that she wasn't answering the calls from the father or him. And Wendy Williams is shady as hell. So I could see her doing all of that. But I don't think everything is meant for social media. You know, I think some things you have to not let everybody be privy to. You know, I think that the brother saying that, it was like a cry for, you know, listen, we're reaching out to you. You're ignoring our calls. Daddy, her dad, what, 80 something years old? He's trying to reach out to you. His wife, he was married to what for forever, is gone. They were everywhere together. Every time they came on the show, you would see the two together. And Wendy wasn't, and he found out she was eating dinner. I guess she came to the viewing, but she didn't come to the second part. But I think that, you know, that was his only way of reaching her. And she did respond. She didn't have to respond on her show because she has a bigger platform. And we've seen that on YouTube. Bigger platform. I can let more people hear what I'm saying, even if it's not true. But, you know, I think how Wendy handled that was dirty. Yeah, I think she definitely hit below the belt. And he was coming from a place of, I'm a brother, I'm trying to reach out to my sister. She turned it into like she was trying to really make him look like he's, you know, living a double life.
Absolutely, yeah, that's wrong. That's wrong. And I don't respect it at all. I don't think that she should be using her platform to communicate with her brother and to be threatening him like that. I think that that's totally wrong. How about you, Conscious TV? How do you feel about that?
Well, as Thomas Johnson, we are going to have to honor Wendy by calling her by her whole government. Wendy, Wendell, Orenthal, Rufus Clyde, Hezekiah Walker Williams. If you and them wide ass buffalo water ankles don't sit the hell down, because you got some, girl, if you don't take them damn orthopedic ass Timberlands off your damn feet and have several damn seat, because for one, why are you upset? Your brother is pulling one out of your playbook. Ruthless, shallow, spilling tea without conviction, ethics, or morals. He's only following in his big, wide cankle sister's shoes. He's only following, girl, in your path. So I'm just surprised that she's not rooting him on. Like, Wendy Williams has spilled so much tea and defiled and betrayed so many people's privacies that she's literally been on bitches' hit lists. So but you know, it's never without those who can dish it to not be able to take it.
Right.
And you know, I just gonna need her to lay in that and sit in that and humble herself accordingly. I don't give a damn that her brother is spilling tea. I don't care if he's doing it for clout, because Wendy Williams has built her fortune on clout chasing and spilling goddamn tea. So you know what, brother? I'm with you, sir. Go get your millions off your sister's name, baby. See, God is working in a mysterious way by using her brother as divine karma against her ass, as the last 3 years have been for Miss Wendy, who got left behind by her husband, who got left for a younger, more fit woman with regular ankles, who's fucking passed out on national TV. So, you know, the going keeps going, baby. It keeps going. And I think that every raggedy, slanderous, dirty bucket motherfucker on TV or on social media need to take heed to what your last day's gonna look like, baby. You might be getting away with your shit now, but you live long enough, God gonna make sure you die slow and painful. And guess what? I'm gonna be here to enjoy the retribution of it all. So kudos.
Aren't you just a ray of light?
Okay, I'm curious. And you, captivating Christian, how do you feel?
Um, Somewhat on the lines of conscious with this one. I definitely believe that she, has everything coming to her. The chicken has come home to roost, and all that she has done to other people now is at her doorstep. The only thing on the flip side of that, the only thing I will say is that we can't all be judges of how grief hits us. And, maybe it was too much for her to sit and look at her mother laying there in repose like that. Maybe she couldn't do it. I mean, she's already been dealing with, her drug addictions and all that kind of stuff. So maybe it would have been too much. And instead of understanding her own, okay.
Is that somebody grinder? What the hell is that?
I don't know what it is. It's something is popping off. But instead of her, you're fine. Instead of kind of understanding, maybe she's dealing with a lot more as far as, like I said, her drug addiction and all that kind of stuff. To bring it on social media though is a bit of a different beast. But of course, once you bring it on social media, you can't change it. And then for her to go on her show with it, it was kind of extra below the belt too. So, I mean, hey, if he gonna make money off of her, why not? I mean, she's made money off of other people, so
period.
Do your thing.
Her whole platform was built up.
Can I add something? Can I add something on a serious note?
Oh, wait, before you do that, wasn't she at dinner with Kevin
and her? Yes.
Yes. During her mother's thing too?
They went to dinner. She said little Kev wanted to do that. So she asked little Kev, is that okay? Let's do this.
Wow.
Well, you guys, at this time, we have reached the end of our show. Okay, on period to the period we did. Nobody's heard from Jay Wilson.
No, my people have sent smoke signals out. They've even baked a pie and put it on the windowsill, and he's nowhere to be found.
We need to figure out where in the world is Jay Wilson. Okay,
girl, it seemed like we kind of just like flew through this damn docket, like
okay,
just like.
Well, there is
kind of fun.
There is.
Wait, what's with are those tattoos? The butterflies, are those permanent tattoos, or is it just?
Stickers?
Yeah, they're permanent. They're permanent.
Okay, cute, all up in your bosom.
All up on the bosom.
You know what?
No, they're not permanent. I'm actually getting some permanent ones done. So I just wanted to test them out. So I went to my tattoo artist today and he put some shit on me. So yeah, we're gonna see how we.
My next door neighbor is a tattoo artist. He's gonna do me a tattoo on my leg either this weekend.
Oh,
yes, God.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, you guys tell us where we can find you guys and what you guys have going on this week. Starting with Rebel Sun. Tell people how they can find you.
You could find me on an asteroid by Pluto. No, you can come Sun Tribe. I do my carpool conversations in the morning. I do my story times at different times, but check me out. I've led a pretty interesting life. Right now, I'm going into the next stage. I'm getting a dog pretty soon. I found the puppy already. Oh, I'm getting my dog and I'm moving into my house on March the 1st. So I'm going to document my little puppy and all the stages. And I already have a name for him and everything. So he may have his own Instagram. Yes. I like dog style, so why not get a dog?
You know what?
And that
All
very
right.
You know,
captivating.
Captivated Christian, why don't you tell
Next.
people where they can find you?
You can definitely find me on CCN Network TV is where I'll be talking politics all day. I have been a little not in attendance because I had a lot of stuff going on in the background, but I've been watching everything.
Your internet.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Oh, what
Excuse
was
me.
going on? What I'm asking, what was going on?
Oh, a whole bunch of other personal stuff. Thank
All
you.
right.
Yeah, all of mine. Thank you. But anyway, but moving past that, definitely watching everything and hopeful of this new administration and what they have to offer. Already knocking down some doors and changing some executive actions that were taken during the Trump administration and reversing them, which is a good step. And we'll see, but definitely not rejoicing in no type of way because we've got to keep our foot on these people's necks to make sure that they deliver. Period.
Period. Period. On to the period. And how about you, Conscious TV? Tell the people where they can find you and what's going on.
you can find me over on Conscious TV. Obviously, go on over there and check me out. Subscribe if you haven't. I don't have nothing going on this week. I'm working on this. I'm going to be dragging the inauguration, so I'm working on a piece right now. So
Not dragging.
I'm going to drag, and everybody can get it in the drag. Everybody gonna get it in the drag. So we're gonna be dragging the inauguration, and that'll be dropping probably Sunday. If I can just sit down and finish it out. But that's about it. I just interviewed Ike, fine ass, cute ass Ike from G Status ATL Hustle. We had a great conversation. Official King Pain was in the building showing live cast. So you guys go over there and check that
Okay,
out.
if he was fine, I know King Pain was there giving you trade, giving trade. Okay.
So yeah, y'all go over there and check me out. Yeah.
Yes, it was lit. And you guys already know where you guys can find me right here at the home of the lituation. It's the official King Pain. It's your favorite day of the week, the gentleman's panel, every Thursday, okay, at the same time on period. Where will it be at next Thursday?
I think that's me.
Next
That's you.
Thursday, we're going to
Yeah.
be
It'll
over
be,
there
yeah.
Conscious TV, okay, on period. So you guys make sure that you guys are subscribed and you guys have all the notifications turned on, okay? The lituation is gonna be over at
Do we have some
Conscious
music to go out
next
also?
Thursday. Yes, we have the outro. I do have the outro. Okay, on period. So if nobody else has anything to say, we can go ahead and get up out of here.
Roll out, honey.
Peace.